Very good. Come on down, Morris Plains. Come on down, everybody. Gene, can you hear us all right? Good? Bring some people down here. Let's get everybody down here. All right, everybody, come on down. Get cozy for a little bit here. We've got a couple things to talk to you about. We promise there'll be plenty of time for drinking after this. There's a lot of beer there. There's a lot of beer. All right, well, hey, thank you, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm John Verga. I'm the other famous Verga here at Morris Plains, next to my wife. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for being here tonight on the behalf of the Morris Plains Democrats. We are just thrilled to have great turnout for everybody here tonight for this big event for Tyler and Bill. Let's give them a hand. So first, a few people that we want to introduce. We've got first Tina Jeunesse, who is the chair of the Morris Plains Democrats. The chair for Tina. We have Council President Nancy Verga. Joan Garter, councilperson from Morris Plains, our other leading lady. We also have Shay Schiff from our Morris County Democrats. Shay will raise his hand. And we have three special gentlemen tonight running for county commissioner. You know that's the non-politically correct word is freeholder, right? That's the commissioners now. We have Jonathan Sackett. Jonathan. We have Justin Strickland. And the cleanup here, Bud Ravitz. Bud's always cleaning it up. You're always cleaning up the agenda. Sorry, yes. And so all three of those folks who are running for county commissioner are serving as council people in their own town. So we are very excited about their candidacy as well. This is the year we're going to break through in the county. We're really excited to have them. So big round of applause for them. So we've got to say thank you to a few people. We're going to start with thanking the folks, the hardworking folks here at AutoDidact, Lindsay and the team here. Ron, who are not here. I always like to tell this story, right? This was not a permitted use 4 years ago. It's because of people like Nancy and Joan that changed things in town that Morris Plains is getting their beer back, right? We want our beer. And it's nice to have it on Route 10, and we're thrilled, but we can't wait for these guys to move to downtown someday, right? Let's go. We also want to thank Mike Connor for the music tonight. Loyal Democrat town. Thank you. And then we want to thank our sponsors tonight, people who really helped make this evening come through. Tina Jeunesse and David Kearns, Frank and Tara Mangraviti, Meryl Pontier, Sandra Hamilton, Mike and Teresa Pagan.
Alan Hamilton's here.
Alan's here, thank you. And then Sue Riccardelli. So thank you all for being sponsors tonight. And another big special thanks, really, we're going to hear from them in a minute, but real big thanks to Bill and Tyler. They are really stepping up. And we want to say a special thank you to their families. They got young kids. So they are busy, like we all are, but imagine just as busy we are with kids and what that's all about. To put your life not on hold, but to just accelerate it, to do public service for other people is a calling. So we want to thank Megan and Meredith for having your husbands back and getting them out here. Woo! And we really want to say thank you to these guys. Last year, we came so close. Bill ran with Missy, and we came so close running against two pretty popular incumbents during a time where there was nobody up ballot, and it was a great campaign, and we came very, very close. And it says a lot about what's going on with Morris Plains and the Democrats and what we think is going to happen going forward. Before you guys speak, we do have Missy here. Missy, can you come up and say a few words? We're gonna put Missy on the spot here.
Thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
Come here. So Missy's going to say a few words, but I just want to comment on her courage. She ran a great campaign last year. She started a new job. She has young kids. There was a lot going on in her personal life. She persevered. She ran a great race. And we want to thank you for your courage and your sacrifice that you did last year. And say a few words to everybody.
Hi everyone. It's so good to see so many people here today supporting Bill and Tyler. I'm excited that I can be here for Bill because Bill and I, we go way back. And Tyler, I met him actually last week at the play, and I've read up about him and I've learned a lot of stuff, and I'm very, very excited for the two of them, and I'm so happy that I can be here. I did write a few things down because I'm not super great on the spot, so I just wanted to, say something. Bill, my trusted running mate from last year, has demonstrated remarkable leadership and passion for our community. Even when we didn't win, he still put together that YouTube page and he gets information out to everybody because that's what's most important. So that we all know what's going on in town. And I love him for that. And to Tyler, who selflessly stepped in to fill the void when circumstances prevented me from running again. I extend my biggest heartfelt gratitude towards you for doing that, because it's super important that we have people like you and like Bill and like everybody here stepping up and giving of themselves to help Morris Plains be the place that we know and love, and a voice for everybody with these two right here. So together, I know that Bill and Tyler have the qualities needed to lead Morris Plains with distinction and integrity. They understand the issues facing our community and have the drive to enact positive change. So I just urge everybody here to get out and vote for these two, and also just spread the word, because we need everybody to rally around them, canvass, right, when we couldn't do it, and just text banking and everything. I'm here for them. And I know they're going to do great. I can't wait to vote for them. I got my primary ballot in the mail, and I already marked it down. 1, 2. Bill and Tyler, right there.
Woo! Love that.
I'm so excited for you. Oh, thank you.
I don't need these, but I love them. Thanks.
Big round of applause for Missy. Let's hear it. Good job. Thank you. Thanks for getting here. All right. So before we turn it over to our candidates, one last person I missed before. Kathy Wilson is here, former council person from Morris Township. Kathy and mayor, former mayor, has been a agent of change. When I moved to Morris Plains, I was like, I thought I was the only Democrat, and I knew there were no Democrats in Morris Township. No way, right? Well, how fast that has changed, and Kathy was the impetus to get that change, and she has led the way and been a mentor for Joan and Nancy, and thank you. Thank you, Kathy. With that, gentlemen, you guys ready? Who's going first?
I'll go.
Tyler? All right. So I'm going to introduce you, Tyler. Tyler came to our kitchen in February when we were talking about what the future of Morris Plains held for the Democrats. He's stepping up. We're so excited to have him. So, Tyler?
Good evening, everyone. I just want to start by saying thank you so much to everyone that helped to make tonight possible. Really want to thank John, our campaign manager. He's one hell of a guy. And him and Bill have really made it easy and set a really positive example for me to follow. So I really just want to say thank you, Bill, and thank you, John, in addition to everyone that John spoke about. For a guy that's great at speeches, I do have a little note card tonight because I just want to make sure I'm hitting on some of the main points. I'm not quite as polished as our guy Bill here yet, but I'm getting there slowly.
It's a lot of pressure, Tyler. I don't know.
For those that don't know me, I'm Tyler. I live in Morris Plains with my family. I live with my beautiful wife Meredith, and we have twin, identical 8-year-old daughters, Tegan and Mariah. The drama's real. I'm a real estate professional. I work at Howard Hanna Rand Realty on Speedwell in downtown Morris Plains. I have a little brand there. My two brokers are here, Keith and David. Shout out to them. My wife works in finance. She's assistant controller at Princess Polly, which is based out of Australia and LA. So she works fully remote from home. So we're both, always around in Morris Plains, so to say. Our twin 8-year-olds are in 3rd grade at Borough School. They absolutely love it there. We've been elated with the school system here. One of our daughters has special needs, and she's really gotten the services she needs. And that's just one of the many, reasons that I'm here tonight. They also do Girl Scouts, they do swimming locally, dance locally, they dabbled in the township recreation, softball and soccer. Couldn't get them to do a second season, that's a story for a different day. But they stuck with the swim and the dance, so that's good. I've always been service-minded. I'm on the Morris Plains Rotary. I was elected to the board of directors last year. I'm also on the golf and the membership committee. Our golf outing next month is looking like it's going to be the biggest, baddest one we've had in 50 years. So that's really cool. I'm proud to be a part of that. I love being able to work with the council, the mayor, Morris Plains downtown to really keep Morris Plains beautiful, safe, and really keep it moving forward in a positive direction. As John said, after I left his house that night, I've truly never felt more called to action. I looked at my wife when we got home. I said, I'm running for council. I said, I'm ready to stand up. When I feel called when I feel called to action, that's what I do. I stand up and I get involved, and I want to talk to everyone. I want to listen, and I want to learn, and I want to work with everybody in this town to make it a great place. One of the reasons I'm running for office again is because I'm a real estate professional, and I know what people are looking for in a town, whether it's affordable homes to low taxes, great sports, recreation, and let's admit, a thriving downtown. That's a huge factor for people. I'm always driving through, different towns in addition to Morris Plains, and I'm always taking notice of the things that I like and the things that work, and so many Morris Plains is great. So many areas have done such a great job in preserving that small town feel, whether it's cafes, coffee shops, bars, restaurants, some of which we have. But when I do speak with a lot of the residents in Morris Plains, there does seem to be that sort of consensus of why can't we have all that? Where's all those nice shiny things for us? And I admit, I also said, why can't we have some of those things? And I think that, as John mentioned, a lot of people recently have also said, where's the beer? Collins used to be in downtown where parents could go there after a sports game or go for happy hour, and we don't have that option now. Don't get me wrong, AutoDidact is awesome, but as John said, how awesome would it be if this was downtown?
Right.
Maybe a little outdoor patio, kids playing, parents hanging out. I think that would be really, really awesome. And using, so after speaking with the residents, I think that using my skills and background, I believe that I really can be a part of the solution. And I believe that my passion and my drive will benefit and be a really strong asset to the council in helping it continue to move forward in a positive direction that benefits every resident of Morris Plains. I'm a stakeholder in town. As mentioned, I have a business downtown Morris Plains, so I know what it's like to have and run a business here. I want to use that knowledge to try to attract new businesses to fill some of the vacancies and promote smart growth in Morris Plains. One of the reasons that I'm running, and if elected, one of my main focuses is going to be taxes. I want to keep taxes low here. One of the ways that we do that is to fill some of those businesses and some of these vacancies downtown. I'm going to work very hard on downtown. I'm going to work with the council, with the landlords, with everybody to hopefully improve some of the ordinances and ideally attract some of these vendors that we're looking for. I heard after the farmers market last year that one of them, inquired about opening a coffee shop downtown. They were told no.
What?
You heard that right. They were told no.
We don't have a coffee.
So we don't have it, but we could have a coffee shop. So, that's one of the things that I really want to be focused on, again, because that really does come hand in hand with the taxes as well.
Why were they told no?
They were told no because the zoning and the ordinances didn't allow for that. And they did just redo the zoning. So, again, I think one of the things that I can help focus on and have a lot of knowledge of on a residential and commercial real estate front is helping get some of those things updated so that we can have maybe a cafe, a coffee shop, a bakery, all the above, dare I say, and make it a really fun, immersive place for kids, adults, people of all ages. The last thing I want to talk about is public safety. I love the fact that I see kids walking to school every day in Morris Plains. Crossing guards, cops, I have my kids riding around bicycles on the streets. I want to ensure that we can keep it a safe place. And I think that happens through supporting, the police department, the fire department, and even the municipality, having a full-time fire inspector, police that's fully staffed, that have what they need. I think that's super important, because I think as we continue to grow and maybe have that really thriving downtown, having that safety in place is a really big part. And I love our police, and they've done such a great job at the community policing lately, and it's so awesome to see them engaged with the community. Wrapping it up, if you elect Bill and I, we're going to represent a new generation of independent thinkers that are going to work in a nonpartisan way to make stuff happen for Morris Plains. As mentioned, I want to listen, I want to learn, and I want to use my skills and the voice of everybody, again, to continue to make this a great, safe, welcoming place. Thank you so much for coming today. Please make sure you get out there June 4th to vote, and in November, let's take this home, baby. Let's take it home. Yes. Question? Yeah.
If elected, what are you going to do about Route 53?
I think there's a lot of factors in play there. That's one of the things I'm honestly still learning about. I know that are you referencing the warehouses that are getting put up?
I'm referencing the whole street.
I mean, that's one of our business districts. So I think that I see that as an opportunity, if that makes sense, to where, I personally don't have the power to make changes myself, but I think if enough people want to see certain things there or want to see certain changes, we can be a part of that, and we can help make that a reality, if that makes sense.
A vacant lot for 15 years.
Right. And I think with the townhouses there, giving them more things to walk to, more things makes it safer, makes it a better place. And, again, with the more businesses that we have, that's one way that we can keep taxes down.
Thanks.
Of course, absolutely. And hand it over now to the man himself, Bill Houston.
Hey, let's give it up for Tyler Pontier, man. Tyler is he's a tough act to follow. He forgot to mention that he's an actor, so he's got a lot of natural speaking ability. So thanks everybody for coming. This is great. It's great to see a lot of faces here, right? John, do we know what the count is for how many people are here? I think it's 61. It was 61. Wow, that's awesome. It's got to be record breaking, right? One of our best ever. Yeah, it's great. So thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it. As John said, right? Shout out to AutoDidact. Shout out to Lindsay, bartender, right? Thank you, Lindsay. Right? Really appreciate you opening up AutoDidact tonight. So if you don't know me, I'm Bill Houston. Right? I've been in town for 16 years now. Right? My wife and I, Megan, we lived on Canfield Place, and now we live on Glenbrook Road. Right, we've been there for the last 6 years. Right, we built our house there 6 years ago. It's a wonderful place to live, right across from the park. We have two beautiful children. My son Liam is 14. My daughter Emily is 12. Liam is involved. They're kids. They're involved in everything. But Liam's involved in theater. He's also a huge history buff. Loves everything about American history. And my daughter Emily is into field hockey, track and field, cross country. If you can run, she does it. So she loves running. So they're students at Borough School. Liam's an 8th grader. Right? He's going to be a freshman. He's also, I think, taller than Tyler now. I don't know how that happened. And then Emily's in 6th grade. And we love having them there. The school district's been wonderful. I'm a part of it too, right? I volunteer my skills as a past Broadway theater person, right? I volunteer my skills there for all the technical stuff. So I do the lights and sound and everything. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. The kids love it. It's really fun putting on a show. So, like I said, we've been here for 16 years. And then I think probably one of the most important things that has kind of an ode to me, if you will, right, is my son. So I spent 8 years in the Coast Guard Reserve, and a lot of that comes from my sense to serve. I've always had that in me. My dad was in the Navy for 4 years. His father was in the military, right? So I spent 8 years in the Coast Guard Reserve. I did what I could, and I volunteered for the Morris Plains Fire Department for a couple years. My son, when he turned, I believe it was right after his 14th birthday, he came up and said that he wants to apply to be a junior firefighter at the Morris Plains Fire Department. So we got him signed up. He went down and they read his name in at one of the council meetings. So it made me very proud as a father to see him continue that service, and he loves it. And probably the thing that makes me the most proud is that all the firefighters there, from the chief all the way down to the juniors, have said how wonderful he is to be there and be around him, and how much he loves giving back to Morris Plains. So it's nice to see that sense of service being passed on. For me, I am too old to be in the Coast Guard. I'm too fat to be a firefighter. So the next thing I can do is be on the council, right? So that's what I've been running for. I figured that's the next best thing, right? I can go on to serving the people of Morris Plains, for many years to come. Doesn't matter how old or fat I get, right? So all good things. Like I said, I served 8 years in the Coast Guard Reserve. I was an electronics technician, right? And one of the things that I learned being an electronics technician was not only people management, but also technology management, right? So I've taken that to heart, right? And so I spent the last 20 years being a project manager, as a technical consultant for some financial firms. And so I've got this tech stuff kind of built into me, right? I mentioned before that I do the tech for theater for my kids' school. So it's one of those things that I'm passionate about, right? And as many of you probably heard and know, right, I'm that guy that records all the meetings, right? So, yeah. So I have, there's a YouTube channel up there. There's things that are going on Facebook, right, that are up there, right? So it brings this to the people, right, which is what it's all about, right? You as the residents of Morris Plains have a right to know what's going on in Morris Plains, right? And yes, the meetings are public, and they're there, but they're not where they need to be. And I've tried to help bring that to the residents of Morris Plains by recording the meetings, by putting them up on YouTube. But it shouldn't be me, a private citizen, right? It should be the town doing it, right? There are a couple people on the council that are advocates for it. There are some that are not. With Tyler and I when we get elected, we will make that motion, right? And we will hopefully get it passed so that it now can become part of every meeting, and not just the council meetings, the planning board meetings, the adjustment board meetings, right? So you know what's going on. Where's the gentleman that asked about what's happening on 53, right? Yes. So I've been to some of the planning board meetings, right? I've been to those adjustment board meetings, so I've recorded them. I know what goes on up there, but I'm one person. Why should it just be me? Why shouldn't it be you? Why shouldn't it be the rest of the town, right? Everybody has a right to know what's going on there. It shouldn't just be a few people, right? So that's one of the major things that I'm running on, right? Is making information more accessible for all residents of Morris Plains. One of the other things that kind of hits home to me is there's a project right now being done by the SMCMUA on Glenbrook to replace the water line. Now the water line is very, very old, right? It needs to be replaced, but there are certain concerns about when they tap into that water line, what happens with the service line that goes into people's homes, right? Some of these homes that are older have galvanized pipes, which effectively is the same thing as lead, right? So there are a couple things like that. I hosted a meeting last night, with the residents of Glenbrook to talk about it, right? And just get that community involvement going, right? So that's another one of the communication things that we're doing. Let's see. I'm gonna skip ahead here. All right. So I mentioned making information more accessible. The next thing is Tyler already said is improving the downtown, right? Tyler already kind of stole the show, right, with a lot of those things, right? But I agree with him on all the points that he made, right? We do want to improve the downtown. We do want to attract businesses. We do want to make it more welcoming for people, to be downtown, right? Make it more vibrant. So that's what we're working toward. And then supporting public safety. As I mentioned earlier, it is something that's kind of close to me, right? I have that sense of service. To me, the police department and the fire department in town, it's a no-brainer, right? Making the fire marshal a full-time position is a no-brainer, right? Why those things aren't done, mystery to me, but those things do need to be done, right? So Tyler and I will support that. We're big advocates for it, and that's what we're going to do is, when we get elected. As Tyler said, we'll lead in a nonpartisan manner. I think Morris Plains, honestly, way too small for partisan politics. Way too small, right? It's not about Republican and Democrat. It's not about blue and red. It's not about left and right, right? It's about what's right for Morris Plains, right? That's what I ran on last year. That's what I'm running on this year. I will sit down and have a conversation with anybody. I don't care if you agree with me, don't disagree, or disagree with me. I will listen to you, and if it's important to you, it's probably important to about half a dozen other people or more in town, right? You're just being the voice for them. So it's very important that Tyler and I listen to everybody, and as it says in all these signs that are around here, your voice matters. And that is, I think, the key point of what we're running on here. I think for too long in this town, the people's voice hasn't been heard. It's all been about who's sitting up on that dais and who's making the rules. And we do it, and nobody else knows about it because they don't need to know. They don't care. People. The comment was, if people cared, they would come to the meetings. People have lives. People have children. People have activities. People have things to do, right? So they can't always make it to the meetings. Bring the meetings to the people. They care. Trust me, I know I'm out there talking to a lot of these people. They care. So that's why Tyler and I are running this year, to be your voice. I had a great ending on it, but I kind of lost it. I know what I wanted to say. So I wanted to mention. So I already mentioned that Tyler's a great guy, good actor, right? What I noticed is he and I are wearing the same shoes tonight. So no, I didn't call him before. No, I didn't take any pictures, but we are wearing the same shoes. As I said, and as our sign says, your voice does matter. So I really encourage you to get in touch with Tyler and I. We do have, all of our socials. If you scan the QR code that's on the signs there, it takes you to our link tree, right? You can get in touch with us, email, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, right? You can get in touch with us in any number of ways. I do just want to end with something that when Joe Biden did his State of the Union, there was something that he said that I really kind of felt kind of hit home. I'm going to paraphrase him a little bit. The issue facing Morris Plains is not how old we are, but how old our ideas are. You can't leave Morris Plains with ancient ideas. It'll only take you back. You need a vision of the future and what can and should be done. Morris Plains needs leaders that lead from the front, that pave the way for the future of Morris Plains. Nancy and Joan laid the first stones on that path, and now it's up to Tyler and I to continue building the bricks that'll take Morris Plains into the future. So thank you everybody for coming. Really appreciate it. Have a drink. Appreciate everybody's time. Thank you.
All right, thanks Bill and Tyler. Great job. So next steps first. Before everyone leaves, we want to take one big group shot. And before we do that, I just want to say, please vote in the primary. Yes, they're running unopposed. They're going to win the primary, I think. But we need your votes because that stuff matters to all kinds of people above, and that helps raise money for us, which helps us get our messaging out, because those mailers you're going to get in the fall cost money, postages through the roof, social, all that. We need some money. So please get out and vote. That helps us on that. For those of you who have friends that you network with and talk and that aren't here, please tell them about tonight and that we got 2 great candidates running. Please consider hosting a meet and greet sometime over the summer. If you could have some people for your house for coffee or beer, we'd be glad to stop by and have a discussion to talk about Route 53 and other things that we can talk about in detail. And finally, a lot of you, I sent an email last night about signs. Signs will be going up this weekend. If you didn't get an email but want a sign, we have some tonight for you. So thank you very much for coming. If we can just gather here for a photo, that would be great. You guys stand in front. Yeah, let's get everyone right there.
Justin, you guys gonna go? in. Nancy, Mike. Turn around. Ready? Let's go. All right, ready? Everybody see the camera?
What should I take?
Good job.
John, get in here. Get in.
Thank you.
Didn't realize you were on the Your Voice Matters. Fucking A. Yeah, but your Voice Matters stole my dad. Oh, good, man. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's good. I love it. Love it. Love it. I saw that.
Enjoy.